Why does your brain sabotage your trading? This is going to be a nice episode and a quick one in understanding human psychology, because psychology makes up a large proportion. Some say 90%, some say 95% of trading. Whatever that percentage is, it's a high percentage. So before we even start into trading, we need to understand that us as humans have emotions. We all have emotions, and we all have them on the spectrum. And the ones that trading trigger the most are fear and greed. Greed is when obviously you can see a trade in profit, for example, and you think, just a bit more. I just want a bit more. Because in our head, we're wired to want more. As we've evolved over time, that's how we have evolved. We've wanted to grow as a human species, grow individually. So therefore, we get more, we want more, we do more. Thus, this greed can easily link, and still does for me personally, into my trading. And thus, you may lose profits. You may actually let a trade go into break even or drawdown after being in profit. And obviously, that's not ideal. Secondly, is fear. Understanding that fear can come from being scared to lose the money or capital that you put on the risk on the trade, or scared to lose your whole account, or scared to not make enough money to make ends meet. There's so many different elements of fear that we need to understand both of those sides of fear and greed. Now, accepting, understanding we are humans, we have emotions. You cannot stop yourself feeling an emotion from my experience. Unless you are psychopathic or have some chemical imbalances, it's very hard to suppress an emotion. It will always be there and you'll feel it almost bubbling away or starting to brew. But what you can do is control your reaction to those emotions. Have you ever played a video game, for example, and you've been killed? And you feel that frustration, you feel that anger, where you just want to smash the controller down. That rising and that feeling of wanting to be physical is the anger. And so what we're trying to intercept with trading is that second part. We feel the emotion, but we don't act on it. So that's why we have things like stop loss, take profit. These types of lines on the chart can help us detach ourselves from our emotions, meaning we'll feel them, but we don't act on them. So for example, we love these examples. Fear. If you're feeling fear when you pick a trade on, that means you're lacking confidence, or you're in a current mindset that isn't of abundance. You may potentially not be following your plan. All of these things factor in. You may be oversizing. All of these different factors mean you're doing the wrong thing. You're doing something wrong. There shouldn't be fear when you enter a trade. So if there is, you already know you've done one of those things wrong. So evaluate that, journal it, and go through it. With greed on the other factor, you plan your trades ahead of time. Now, if you do feel like the trade could go further, that's fine. If you've marked out levels and your level's already been hit in a short amount of time that you weren't expecting, maybe because of some news that came out or some data got released, you can take partial profits. You should never fully move your TP and not take partials. You either leave your TP there or take partials and let the rest run somewhere to a next level. But removing your TP or moving it completely without taking partials will guarantee you to feel more emotions, because in your head before the trade, you should have exited already, right? And if you haven't exited already and price starts moving back towards your entry, you're going to feel emotions. Every single person will feel emotions. So understanding that and making sure that you follow that specifically, where you exit your trade with partials or at full TP at your original price point level from your analysis previously, because it all derives from your previous analysis. So remember, if we can't control our emotions, don't let fear and don't let greed control you. Understand your reactions to those emotions by journaling and by observing. And once you observe those emotions in effect, then you can plan your actions afterwards. Have a set plan for each emotion. You shouldn't be feeling fear when you enter a trade. If you do, you have that checklist that I mentioned. You shouldn't be feeling greed in a trade. If you do, take partials, maybe move the FTP or the TP. Make sure you always move your break even where possible.